All right, hello everybody. We're here with Travis Williams from All City Animal Trapping, and he specializes in animal removal and animal trapping, specifically in the South Bay area of Los Angeles. And Travis, welcome.
Hey, thanks
Give
for
us
having
an
me.
idea. Sure, thank you. Give us an idea. I'm assuming you're since you're focused on the area there, you live nearby, and people, if they need an emergency situation, you're in the area there right away.
Absolutely. I live in South Redondo Beach. When I started doing animal trapping, I lived in San Pedro at the time. Kind of worked the South Bay area for the last 16 years or so. Um, Common things I'm running into every day, and a lot of our job is seasonal. But at this time of year, right now, we have a lot of the babies that were born through the springtime starting to come out, and that's from all the big animal groups out here, whether it be skunk, raccoon, or possum. They're all coming out, and basically the adults are teaching the young how to feed, or the mothers are teaching the young how to feed right now. And what that involves is a lot of tearing up lawns, doing what they call grubbing, looking for earthworms and insect larvae in the rich topsoil. And then you're always going to have rats. It's pretty much a year-round thing. Rodents are in this area almost year-round. So you mix that in with a little bit of keeping birds out of people's attics and out off their roofs, and some smaller jobs like that. And that makes up the bulk of our industry in this area, I personally cover from about Long Beach up to Manhattan Beach, along the coast right there.
Gotcha. So you're doing Manhattan Beach, Redondo Beach, Hermosa Beach,
Correct.
El Segundo, Torrance,
Palos Verdes
Rancho
and
Palos Verdes.
as well. Yeah.
What was the last one?
And some San Pedro as
San
well.
Pedro.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you find that are there any trends with COVID that some animals you're getting more calls for or less calls for?
I was surprised to find that with COVID, and grateful, obviously, I'm extremely grateful, but with COVID, work, I don't know if it increased, but it does seem like that the fact that people were home so much more led to them hearing animals that maybe they wouldn't have heard before, whether that's in the attic or mice in the walls or something in the yard. I think people were apt to pay a lot more attention than during the normal hustle and bustle of their daily life. You can let stuff slide for a little while or ignore the noise behind the fridge for a little while longer. But I think because of everything that happened, it made people focus a little bit more on their immediate surroundings, which did create a little bit more calls for us and a little bit more work, which again, I'm super grateful for. But I did notice it because I expected, like most industries, to see a little bit of a fall off, and it didn't happen. In fact, there was probably a slight uptick.
Gotcha. When I'm working from home due to COVID, you hear everything. You're home all day.
Right.
You're working at home, you're sleeping at home. You maybe walk down to the beach or whatever, but for the most part, you're home, and
Yep.
so you're tinkering in the house, trying to do some repairs on the closet door or whatever, and then you hear noises, and you're a little bit more sensitive because you're home all the time. So
Absolutely. And yeah, that's what I've experienced a ton. We even had it affect us here at my house. My girl called me yelling about a mouse in the house and all that. So it never ends.
yeah. And so it's a good thing to have someone, because a lot of times it's almost like an emergency situation. Sometimes when you have like a snake in the house, or you have something somewhere, or you have a pet that passed away, you don't want that. You want it out of the house. You don't want it to be laying there for 2 days until the company can come and pick it up. So it's nice to have someone that lives in the area, knows the area, that can come and give that kind of fast service.
Absolutely. And that there is the more expertise side of our job. And then there's a whole other side, and it does involve that getting out there quickly and getting it done quickly. And that's, we do provide dead animal removal services, and it's a common thing that happens with possums. It happens with possums a lot. They have a really short lifespan, so they go basically somewhere to pass away when their life expectancy is kind of over. So, and that a lot of times that'll be underneath people's houses. And you won't know at first because it takes a couple of days for that smell to start. But once it starts, it's not going to back down. And now you've got that smell constantly increasing for 2 weeks, which is when it does turn into an emergency situation. If you have, you know, you're going to have people over, you're going to have a party. No one wants to not be able to use 2 or 3 rooms of their house because it smells awful. And that's when a guy like me can come in and get it done in 30, 45 minutes, go underneath the house, figure it out, bag it up, take it out, sanitize the area, clean it up, and deodorize afterwards, and really help solve the problem quickly because not a lot of companies are providing that service.
Sweet. So people can go to your website, allcityanimaltrapping.com. Your phone
Correct.
number's there, all your social media, email, whatever you need. From my experience, you guys pick up the phone like right away.
Yep. We always have somebody on the phones.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for your time.
No problem. Thank you, sir.